Mash up. Mash up.
Mash up.
Mash up.
Mash up.
Mash up.
Mash
Mash
up.
up.
Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to another edition of the Geeks Who Like Sports Mashup. As always, I'm Ray Carcillo. That's my best friend in the entire world, Lee Elias. Lee, we got a great mashup for the people today.
The people.
Which superhero is most likely to be hired and fired over and over again as a coach in sports? Of course,
Yes.
There's a lot of firings in the coaching carousel recently in the NBA and NHL, and just in general at the end of every sports season. Lee, who would you hire and then probably fire and maybe rehire with somebody else as a superhero?
So when you think about this, Ray, again, this is one of those great ones. It's like, it sounds easy, but it's not. There's a lot of guys in the superhero world that would just be great coaches, probably stay with the team for a long career, like a Belichick style, stay with that team for a long time. And there's a lot of superheroes that would be horrible coaches. But to find that balance of someone who's maybe got a 3 to 5 year lifespan with a team before the turnover, but they're always going to get rehired. You got to think about that. All right. And I'm taking a very X-Men approach to this week. Okay. All right, because X-Men 97, Magneto is someone that would be hired and fired over and over again. I think when he first gets there, he sets a tone. You can buy into what he's saying. You want to be part of it. He's powerful. But by year 3, the star players and the team are like, all right, man, I've heard your racket enough. I really just want to play the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's completely fair. I think that's a great pick. I mean, it's happened where Magneto's obviously led several iterations of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and whatnot. But I think in a similar vein, my first pick is Cyclops.
Ooh, I don't know. See, I always think of him as an athlete, not as a coach.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. But he is the leader, technically, of the X-Men.
Pain in the ass, and he was stuck as a coach.
And that's right. But people would follow him for a while, and then usually what ends up happening is they get sick of his garbage, and then they leave. I mean,
can you imagine? To me, my Eagles. My Giants.
He would be like, that's the thing. He'd be Nick Sirianni, where you could deal with him when he's got decent assistant coaches taking the edge off, right? Sure, when he's got like Jean and Storm and Beast and whatnot. And then when suddenly they're not there, and then you're like, oh, we're just dealing with him straight up.
You see, so you made a good point here. You talk about this assistant coaches. I actually think Beast would be a better person in this conversation than Cyclops. Cyclops might stay with the team for a while. I could see that happening. Beast is too smart. He's also too nice.
The thing is then remember, sometimes Beast is also willing to sacrifice his players for the greater good,
that's my point.
Or for science. That's how you get Dark Beast, right? Where he gives into too many of those inhibitions in an alternate universe, right?
Well, this is what I would say about Beast. I think he's the guy who goes from team to team to team, and he maybe has one championship in his lifetime because he got lucky.
That's true. He's been an Avenger. He's been part of all the different
Cyclops to me was like a Belichick. Like, he'd stick around for a while. That's why I don't like that pick.
That's fair. All right.
Same thing with Storm. Storm's sticking with the team for a long time.
No, I agree 100%. Storm to me is definitely not up for debate in this one. I think Storm is a great coach. I do not think anybody would fire Storm whatsoever.
But I think Magneto is a strong one. I really like Beast in this conversation. There's something about him. I'm going through the rest of the X-Men. Wolverine would not work in any way.
I mean, he would never be a coach or a leader or anything. No,
Gambit, nope. Rogue,
no.
Not really. No. Jubilee.
No.
I'm going through it, man. Who are we missing? We're missing someone big.
I mean, you go through the roster. There's so many of them. It doesn't.
Magneto is the guy. Magneto is the guy that would come and go. So he's like a Peter Laviolette, or he's like a John Tortorella. Thinking about
definitely Torts. I could see him with Torts.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yes. I can see Torts like taking the whole press war up into space.
I've been waiting to say this to you for a long time.
Yes. Yeah.
Shut up.
For sure. Yeah.
That's
just to give a little DC representation, I think Batman also would fall into this. He goes through Robins like toilet paper. I mean.
Wow, you have a real example of this working.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
How many Robins have you gone through? A lot. Several Batgirls as well.
Yeah, a couple of Batgirls. I got this new kid. We call him the Signal because he works during the day. Like it's
great.
Yeah, no, I got a Batwing. Yeah, I definitely think
Batman's
Batman.
a good pick. Superman wouldn't work. Wonder Woman wouldn't work.
No.
Batman's a good pick. I would go with that.
From the DC universe, I think Batman's the guy. I mean, here's the thing: Booster Gold wouldn't work because he's a player. He's not a coach.
Well, I was just thinking about Vader. It's like, no, he's killed too many GMs over his career.
Yeah.
You have failed me for the last time, quarterback.
Yes.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that for sure.
We should double our efforts.
Yes. I think Tony Stark would get hired and fired again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he'd be an owner. That's the problem.
He'd be an owner, but if he was a coach or a player, he would keep triggering all of the probably all the drug and alcohol tests.
Yeah. Now I'm keep going back to this Vader thing. Perhaps you feel you're being treated unfairly.
Yeah. You want more playing time.
Bill Belichick never told you what happened to those footballs, did he? He told me enough. He told me Tom deflated them. No, I deflated them. No! So much there.
Oh, God.
It's too late for me, my son.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go all day on that. If you let me with the Vader thing, there's a lot we could do there. He can't coach in Phoenix. You know why? Doesn't like sand.
Doesn't like sand.
I don't like sand. Anyway,
we
want to know what you think.
Yes, obviously.
This is a good one.
Below.
This is a good one.
This was a lot of fun. Yeah. So I mean, who from DC, Marvel, Star Wars, whatever? Who do you think would be hired and fired and then hired again?
Kylo Ren. More.
Yeah. Oh goodness, there's some good ones.
Coach.
There's definitely some good ones out there. Like I'm trying to think from the Avengers if there would be anybody in there.
You know who'd be great? Actually, we found it. We figured out his use. Hawkeye.
I was just about to say Hawkeye.
Hawkeye
maybe.
Hired and fired over and over again.
Yeah.
The go-to guy.
Hawkeye is the sharpshooting, hot shot assistant coach on some other team.
Yeah.
And then they hire him, and then they go 1-15, and they're like, "Oh, he can't be the leader." Yeah, exactly. He's a Matt Patricia. He's exactly.
Yeah.
Steve
that guy was doomed when they gave him 2 first names, but that's another story.
Yes, that's definitely another story. But yes, we want to know what you guys think, though. Again, comment below, shoot us emails, geekswholikesport@gmail.com. You guys know the deal. That's Lee, I'm Ray, and this has been the Geeks Who Like Sports Mashup.